This is level 2 of literal notation. So we're being asked to express 25,611 and 300ths in standard notation. So 25,000 is just going to be, I'm going to write 25, and I'm going to make sure that the 5 is in the thousandths place, right? So if they just said 25,000, to make sure that the 5 was in the thousandths place, I would just put 3 zeros, right? But that's not what they're saying. They're saying 25,611. So I'm going to write the 611 after that. Now I've put a space between the thousands and the hundreds. You don't have to do that. I do that just because it's easier to visualize, to see. Okay, and, so the and represents the decimal. Okay, now when you're writing a number with a decimal, you have the whole number part, and then you have what's called the fractional part, so the part that's less than 1. And what we do is, where they join up, where they meet, we put a decimal, okay? And when we read it, you put the whole number first, then the decimal part. So the and, or the fractional part, the and kind of works as a decimal, so we just say that and is the decimal. So whenever you see the word and, put a decimal. There you go. 300ths. So 300ths. So here's 3, but we want to make sure that the 3 ends up in the hundredths place. Okay, the 3 is right now in the tenths place. So to make the 3 in the hundredths place, I'm going to put a 0 in front of it. There you go. So 25,611 and 300ths. Okay, 25 and, so 25 and decimal place, 9,900, so 9,951. Hundred thousandths. So we're going to make sure that the 1 is in the 100,000ths spot. Okay? Right now it's in the tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000 spot. So to make sure the 1's in the 100,000 spot, we're going to have to add a 0. Okay? So I'm going to go in front of this number, because the number has to be, 9,951, right? So that number has to be together. So I can't pop the 0 in here, okay, or anywhere else, because if I pop the number in the 0 in here, we're going to get 99,501 hundred thousandths, okay, which is not the same number, because they said 9,951 hundred thousandths. So to make sure the 1 in the 100 is in the 100,000ths place, without disturbing this number, we have to put a 0 in front. And that's all there is to it. Express 965 and 8,516 hundred thousandths in standard notation. So 965 is 965, and is the decimal place. 8,516, so 8,516. If you want, you can put a little space here. You don't have to. Okay. 16 hundred thousandths. So let's just make sure the 6 is in the 100,000ths place, which it's not, by the way. It's in the 10,000 spot. So tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths. So to make sure the 6 is in the 100,000 spot, we're once again going to put a 0 in front of that number.
Yay, yay, yay.
Okay, express 4,181,742 and 6 tenths in standard notation. Okay, in this case, the decimal point is easy. The rest of it's kind of scary. So 4,181,000, so 181, make sure the 1's in the thousands place, 742, and, decimal, 6 tenths. Okay, so the 6 is in the tenths place, so we're done.
Oh, yeah!
Express 189,055 and 25 10,000ths in standard notation. Okay, this is going to be fun. So 189, and we make sure the 9's in the thousands place. 55. Okay, so notice I can't just go like 55, because that doesn't make the 9 in the thousands place, right? That makes the 9 in the hundreds place. So to make sure that it's 55, okay, and not 550, right, or 505, we want 55, so we have to put a 0 in the hundreds place. We have 0 hundreds. So we have 189,055 and 25 10,000ths. This is 25 hundredths. This is 25 thousandths. 25 10,000ths. And that's it. Okay, so these are a whole bunch of examples, and I hope that's been useful. Also, you can look down at the notes page, and there you go. Have a good night.